So Molly and I decided to run this last April. Me and Molly have both been involved in student government for almost 4 years each. And so we've been friends since that time, and we thought it was our time to run. So we ended up running on kind of one word. It was opportunity. It was kind of opportunity through unity. We really wanted to unite the campus in a lot of ways, and it ended up being a record election with 2,118 votes cast. And so it was really good. In that, yeah. And so what's new this year? Me and Molly had a lot of things that we wanted to get established. So a legislative director, so that was kind of a liaison between Jeff City and student government, kind of with what's happening at the Capitol. We established a historian position to kind of keep track of just records and whatnot for student government. The Sexual Assault Prevention Committee, we ended up making it a permanent committee on student government instead of just an ad hoc, which was last year. And that committee actually falls under the new committee me and Molly both established in health, wellness, and safety. Me and Molly are, I think that's near and dear to our hearts, both being student athletes, and we just find that as a main concern on college campuses. The environmental sustainability fee, that was established this past election. It's $5 each semester to every student. It goes to projects that'll help the campus be more sustainable in the future. Also, there was an athletic fee increase, just to catch it up to inflation and whatnot. Since it was established in 2007, it has never been increased, and so we thought that was a good time to increase it.
All right, so one of the very first resolutions we passed this year, which is also in your folder, is a resolution allocating $1,200 of the Collegiate Readership Program to the BUZZ application by USA Today for the 2015-2016 academic year. And we have noticed as we go back and evaluate all of the student fees every so couple of years, we've really recognized that the student body is very civically engaged. Right now, the Collegiate Readership Program is $3.75 per semester per student. And so students have the availability to pick up 3 different types of newspapers throughout campus. This was presented by the USA Today National Account Director of Education, Mary Romatowski, last year. And we thought this was an opportunity we couldn't really pass up. Essentially, it's an application all of the students can download where all in one place they have campus news, stories from the local index and Truman Media Network, local news in the Kirksville community, and national news. So it's a really great thing. We're hoping to really see it pick up and taking it on from there. All right, and of course, I'm sure you're all kind of wondering, we have selected the 3 students that we sent the names of to Governor Nixon. Brooks Templeton, Jillian, and Sarah Welsh. And this was a process that was completed near the end of middle of November, I think. We had 11 campus leaders help host the interviews. The interviews were in here. And it was kind of funny, we picked 11 campus leaders, so the only time we could have the interviews were at 6 a.m. for a couple of days. So not only were these students had to be up ready to talk at 6, but they were with a bunch of student leaders being interviewed, and they did a wonderful job. Thanks to Kelly for helping out a lot with that. So hopefully we will be hearing back from them soon, but their names have been sent, and we look forward to the new student representative.
How many applicants did you have in total?
I think we had 6. 7. Oh, 7, that's true. We had 7 applications, and then we decided to interview 6.
So Molly and I are going to briefly touch on kind of all of the chairs on student government. So Student Affairs just is kind of a catch-all committee through student government dealing with student issues on campus. One of the big events Student Affairs does is kind of Student Appreciation Week or weekend, where they take various just groups on campus and they perform, and then we give out prizes and a big pizza buffet on Sunday night, which last year sold out in I think 15 minutes, 150 boxes of pizza or so. So it was pretty good. And then another thing Student Affairs does is the Shining Star Award. It's a scholarship to student and non-student. So just kind of portraying excellence, and people can apply and stuff. So.
All right, so more on our Health, Wellness, and Safety Committee. As JJ mentioned, this is something that obviously not just on Truman's campus, but in a national scope has become a pretty prominent issue. So we decided that this would be the most focused way to kind of tackle it and provide assistance to the student body in whichever way we kind of saw was necessary. So this year, the committee has really taken up the issue of medical amnesty on the state and campus level. So you have two resolutions, and the one is a resolution in strong support of Missouri House Bill 539, and the other one is a resolution endorsing the inclusion of a medical amnesty in the university student conduct code. So we're kind of excited to see where those go. And also with that, we have sent the resolution to other schools in Missouri, hoping and encouraging other student body presidents and other student governments to kind of look at this issue and analyze it on their campus and see if this is something that they might be interested in passing as well, to kind of provide a little bit more credibility when it comes to this issue on a statewide level. Also, we had the first Spirituality Health Week, which was put on by the Health, Wellness, and Safety Committee, as well as with the Interfaith Center, which is also new to campus. So that was very exciting. It was very successful. I think people really enjoyed it. It's really neat to see this inclusivity becoming something that's at the forefront of everything, because it really is. It really brings out these very neat aspects of the student body, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where that goes in the future as well. We also, with our Academic Affairs Committee, it was brought to our attention that students were not happy with registration times, so we put together a registration time survey. It's kind of funny, the data right now, although it's still being analyzed and looked through, is pretty much saying that they do like the time. So this is a great lesson to us in student government that it's good for us to be secure in our decisions and take up these issues as they come. So we've had a lot of fun with that. It's kind of been a great experience. We're also working on planning the Academic Accolades Banquet. The Academic Affairs Committee will be putting a lot of work into this in the near future. This is essentially where students can nominate professors and research mentors of the year, and we developed another committee that is not just composed of members of student government to look through these applications and read through each of them and kind of decide who they think, based on quality and quantity. And at the banquet, the respective winners will receive their titles, so that's pretty exciting. We're also working on a tutoring partnership with Ray Miller. This is pretty much at the basic level at this point, so there's not a ton of details I can provide. We're trying to figure out the best way for this program to start, whether it's inside of student government or outside of student government, but it is something we're investigating and hoping that we can provide help with throughout the Kirksville community.
One of the fun committees on student government is Purple Friday, just kind of awarding students that wear purple on Friday, just with prizes and shirts and candy and whatnot. So it's just a fun, lighthearted committee. And the next slide is our most recent t-shirt idea that we just ended up getting printed, and it's a pretty hot item right now on campus. So everyone wants one, so it's going to be a fun giving those out this semester.
On the shirt, how large is the image?
Oh, it takes up the whole,
big,
yeah.
Far too large.
Just the right size. And again, with our environmental sustainability fee accountability committee and the fee in itself, this is not something that passed this year. Well, I guess it went through the student government last year, the last student government. You do have a copy of that resolution as well. I couldn't find the exact signed one by the past president, but you have the resolution, and it is official, even though it isn't signed. But this is something that I just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea about. I'm sure you've probably already heard of it, but just really quickly, it's $5 per semester per student. It's modeled exactly, essentially, off of the athletic fee and the athletic fee accountability committee. This is something that has been kind of, ever since I joined student government, this has been something of discussion. So it was really neat to finally see it happen. And now the committee is already doing research on projects. So I think this is a really great way. Students are feeling like, since the student government can't fund all of these amazing solar powers on campus naturally, this provides the students with an opinion and a way to give back to the campus, and I think they're really thankful for that.
And so our diversity chair has done a lot of work this year. She has had bi-weekly meetings with the Multicultural Affairs Center. She's been working on translating a form of admissions into Spanish. Also a resolution for Indigenous Peoples Day on Columbus Day. Her name's Christy Krause. She spoke on the diversity panel, so she's very, I guess, in the diversity community here at Truman. She's very well known. She's, I guess, one of the big things the committee's working on this year is the LGBTQ plus resource center. So it's just kind of going to be a place for all LGBT students to kind of go, instead of maybe the Women's Resource Center or somewhere else, a place that they would feel comfortable going. And also, she's a representative, as Dr. Pano was saying, to the Inclusive Excellence Committee that he established.
And I think you should have a copy of the Indigenous Peoples Day resolution too, so if you want to look at that later on, that's exciting. So a little bit of information on the Athletic Fee Accountability Committee and the athletic fee. As JJ mentioned, it was matched with CPI and inflation, and so this did go through the body. This was up to the student body's choice. We put this on the ballot as well as with the environmental fee. So we had lots of fees, so we were kind of worried about it passing the increase. But it was very reassuring to know that the students are still on Truman's campus, very engaged with athletics and supporting health, and that comes with being physically active and just everything. So this was widely discussed throughout campus. It was kind of a hot topic at the issue, and we were very, very happy to see that pass. So with that being said, again, with the last student government body that was passed after we presented to you guys in February last year, we passed a resolution and I guess I would read off the exact title here. And you should have this one too. A resolution to endorse the Athletic Fee Accountability Committee's long-term project selection, turf and track Great Lakes Valley Conference GLVC Championship Tournament Conference project on Truman State University's campus. So this was something that definitely went through student government, was not even highly contentious. Everyone is really excited to see the project go through. We're allocating 40% of the budget to this project each year, and at times even more, because if we don't get enough project suggestions in the committee, where there's only so much we can do with the money. So this is actually helping us utilize, and I think this is taking the committee in a really great turn, because we can really start investing money to really make big impacts on our campus. And so we're really happy for this opportunity. So there's that. And we just missed you guys by a week, but we did this past week, the committee approved the slate of projects for the following year. That will go through student government one more time this weekend. So we were a little upset, but we are really happy with the selection of projects that we have. So it took a little bit longer than we hoped, but we're very proud of what we've come up with, and I think it should go through student government after the first reads.
So the External Affairs Committee, one of the big things they did this year was a totally new event. It was Holiday on Campus, where they invited Ray Miller students that were just really, kind of on free or reduced lunches to kind of come onto campus and kind of have a day where they could decorate ornaments or gingerbread houses or whatnot, and just kind of do holiday various activities with over 100 Truman students volunteered their afternoon to kind of put this on, and each student, I guess each child that participated got a gift that was on their holiday wish list. And so it was a really student government, I guess it was a way to get back to the local community, and it was an event that we hope to put on for future years. And also Truman at the Capitol, which is something they do almost every year, where we go down to the Capitol and just kind of talk to legislators and whatnot.
All right, and here we do have a grants and sponsorship program through student government, and these are some of the groups and organizations that we help fund in the fall for various events, and we look forward to doing that for this upcoming semester as well.
So one thing me and Molly definitely wanted to work on was, we said, just kind of unifying the campus, and we really kind of did this through just the student representation on all these various committees on campus. And so it's just, we have a really, I guess, tight-knit group on campus of just a lot of representation. I mean, do you have anything?
Yeah, I guess there was, at one point, there was the joke of the phone tag on Truman's campus, but it's all about us connecting the students with the right people. And I think through student government, we're really trying to show students that it isn't that, navigation is not that difficult. It's just about being aware of what's going on at the university. And so we're trying to accomplish this goal by getting students more engaged on what's going on the faculty level. And yeah. All right, well, thank you. And if you have any other questions, we'd be happy to answer them. You all should be getting copies of all of our resolutions in the near future, so those you have to look forward to. But thank you all so much for giving us the opportunity.